Welcome back to the pajama party. Welcome back to the pajama party. A Pac's perspective is what we're gonna see tonight. Welcome back to the pajama party. Welcome back to the pajama party. A Pac's perspective is what we're gonna see tonight. Yeah. Woo! Welcome back, friends. Welcome back to a place to be, the pajama party. Listen, it's been so long since I did a dab, you would not even believe it. But welcome back, friends. I hope you've had an incredible week. Have you? Have your week has been great? Is it cold now where you are? I don't know. I feel like sometimes I ask questions and I'm like, dang, depending on when people watch this, it might be summer. But you know what I'm saying? If you just tell me what temperature it is anyway. Are you freezing or is the heat sweating you out? Okay. Sweat it out, sweat it out, sweat it out. We don't do song recommendations in here. We do it on Friday Face Paint. But you know what? Song recommendation for this is Sweat It Out by The Dream. I might just listen to that when I get out of here. Anywho's, friends. Guess what I got for you tonight? I got you a good old woman of the week. So we're going to be talking about Miss Barbara Charlene Jordan, okay? She was born on February 21st, 1936 in Houston, Texas. She's a Texas babe. We love Texas babes, especially since Houston is about the Houston. Houston, Texas is like a second home to me in the sense of like all my summers were literally spent in Houston. All of my summers, all of my holidays, okay, majority of my holidays, all right, I lived there for a fat close to 2 years, but I still have family there. I'm always, okay. Here lately, I ain't been in Houston, and I don't know why I put these bangs in my face to throw them out of my face. But Houston is the spot. It is the place to be. So that is my other home away from home. Like I said, I have family there. I might just cut that out. If I cut that out, you don't know. Just know I got family in Houston, okay? I am literally there. If I'm not here in this home, it's because I'm in Houston or I'm seeing my bestie where she resides because we are all Texas babes. But anywho's, she sadly died on January 17th, 1996 in Austin, Texas. And that makes me sad because I am a 96 baby. So the fact that this lady like was taken out of this world before I was born. And I was in the belly though. In the belly. Funnily enough, in the Lion King, I think it's called Inupendi. And I used to always think it said in your belly. And I heard somebody said that they thought they were saying in your panties. So I'm sorry. I just thought about that. I'm so sorry. You had to hear it, okay? In your belly. Mm, 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 mm. Anywho's, okay. This lady, she was the first Black woman elected to Congress. Now, let me give you a short breakdown of her. She was a lawyer, a scholar, and a congresswoman. So she became the first Black woman senator in 1966. Now, in March 28th, 1972, she was reelected the president of the Texas Senate. And she spoke. Okay, so when Nixon was getting impeached, she was actually on the panel speaking about like why he should be impeached. And apparently, like, she was so articulate with her words and just she had a way with words, you know. She was grace and poise and slap you in your face with noise. You know, she was one of them ladies. She was a very prestigious lady. All right, don't cross her because she will read you your rights with onomatopoeias. Okay, so anyways, she was talking about like why she favored his impeachment, and apparently she spoke so well that like people were surrounding her car and like congratulating her and stuff. And funnily enough, like the next month or so, or within like the next few months, he resigned from presidency. And I'm like, you're right, you can't keep us down, you can't keep us down. So she also, now this is why I love her, because this is a boss move. She fought for civil rights not only for blacks but for the Latinas, the Native Americans, and the Asians. So she was out here like a Pox perspective is what we're gonna be tonight. We love it. We love to see a queen who supports not only her color but the colors that are affected around the world, because it is so important for us to stand in unity with one another. You know, every race has a voice, and like if one is oppressed, we are all oppressed. Okay, so just remember to always have love for other skin tones that are not your own skin tones, because hey, I have learned that sometimes those people be the ones that rock with you more than your own people. But that's another discussion for another day, friends. All right. So rest in peace, Miss Barbara Jordan. I will put the link where I found this specific information, but look her up if you want to know more about it. I am just astounded because she was the first black woman who was a president of the Senate. Like, boss moves, boss moves, and my fancy girl clap. Sit in the corner with me. Okay, so I just had this very emotional real Bible stories, which you should basically go check it out. It's called Afflicted with Hope. But in one part in there, I have this discussion about how you see people. So I'm going to ask this question. When do you decide to forgive someone? You, the viewer, when do you decide that you're gonna forgive someone? When do you decide to let go of somebody? Like, you know, do you like if you forgive them, do you take them back? Do you give them another chance, or are you like, okay, I forgive you, but like we can't do this anymore? Or like, do they have to do something repeatedly to make you be like, this is not working out for me. This ship is not shipping. It's not sailing nowhere but under the sea. So like, what is kind of like your deal breaker? So what made me think about this is one thing I have been trying to work on is, first of all, base not to, I guess, hold people's actions against them, because we all have off days, right? And we all have things that we can do that is not like in our best light. And sometimes it truly can be because we had a bad day. When Shark Week is upon us, I have some very questionable moods. And my mom has had to be like, get you some act right, because you're not going to bring that up in here. I can be very left when Shark Week is upon us. Because listen, okay, my body is fighting me. I'm trying to get it together with her. She's trying to get it together with me. We're beefing. We're stressing. We're crying. We're leaking. I'm gonna just put it like that. So you know what? It's just a rough time. But I was also thinking about, so long story short, without saying any names, there's an old person in my life who basically, when we fell out this last time, it was the first, it was, I'd say, the second major argument that we've ever had. And we had known each other for like 5+ years. I'm gonna just alluded to that timestamp. We had known each other for 5+ years. And basically, in our parting words, this person was like, I'm gonna throw up my flag, I'm done with you. And so I came back and said, then let's leave it like that. And when I think about it, because I've been hearing these sermons and stuff, and they're like, you gotta forgive people. Like, you gotta let it go. You can't miss your blessing because you're being bitter. And like, I do agree with that, and there's not even a but to it. I agree with that. In this case, I decided, however, Lord, if I could say however, with this particular person, I decided I don't want to go back. Like, I don't feel, and they're not the only one. It's certain people in my life where, like, I guess for me in general, let me reel it in and choose my words carefully. If you are a person where I have let you into like my heart, and you know how, like, for instance, when you have a best friend, you call that person your best friend. When you have like a lover that you know you're gonna marry, perhaps you call him husband and you ain't called nobody else husband. Like, when you have those deep ties like that with the person, and like they just say hurtful things to you, to me that's kind of like a done deal. If it's like the first or second time, fine. Cause and not even depending. Okay, so if it's a first of all, if it is your actual husband, you can't be done with them after the first 6 times. Couple, you're gonna argue. All right, you're gonna you're gonna beef with that person because we are different. But if it is a friendship, or like, yeah, really friendships, any type of friendships that I have with people, if they have gave me this special title, but then the words they say to me, and I guess too, if they make me feel like second best, I'm like, I don't need to be here. Like, if you're gonna discard me and make me feel like used tissue, I would rather us not even be cool. And so there have been a few people, actually, not just this one person, but there have been a few people in my life where I just kind of decided I don't want this anymore. And it's more or less because, like, if we, first of all, I'm a firm believer, if whatever you want to make time for in this life, if it is valuable for you, you'll make time for it, whether it's a game, a person, what have you. But to me, if we are working on having a ship of any kind, it does not kill you to take 2 or 3 minutes out of your day to just pop up and be like, hey, think about you. You ain't even got to respond after that, but just let me know that you're thinking about me. You know what I'm saying? And like, to me, what you say matters. So I am not a fan of when people are upset and they come out of left field with just saying the absolute worst things to me, because you don't have that right. If you're upset about something, let's talk about what you're upset about. But all this, and this is not to any one particular person. I feel like I should just staple that little note in here right now. This is just my thoughts in general, my thought process. And I lost my thought process. But if you say hurtful things to me, no, that's what it is. First of all, to me, to always be the bad guy in a story is not okay. Because if I'm truly doing you that bad, why are we even in this ship in the first place? Like, you can leave me and we can be great in opposite corners. People who always try to like put down your dreams and ideas, or like, I am an optimistic person, I am a hopeful person, but if you don't want to call it hopeful, optimistic, I'm very optimistic. There is always light in the tunnel for me. I cannot handle when people always want to rain on that light. I cannot. It is very hard for me to be friends with people who instead of a light at the end of the tunnel, they see a closed door at the end of the tunnel. Because if you live life like that, to me, that is just a source of misery. You cannot live life seeing no positive outcome, because first of all, then you're not believing in God, because he's always going to make a way for you. You know, like trusting him and believing that he is the ultimate end goal and that he is going to give you every promise. That's what we're supposed to be doing anyways. And so it's very hard for me to be with people who don't have hope and kind of just like fall off the ends of the earth. Now, listen, it is one thing to work with people who may have that mentality, because a lot of times people just need to see and they need to be redirected. But when you keep trying to redirect them and they keep trying to redirect you, sooner or later somebody's gonna get redirected off a cliff, okay? And we just got to get it together. But really, I wanted to ask this question to genuinely see, like, when is your breaking point with people? And like I say, for me too, it is like, if you are the type, if you're going to put me down and make it seem like I am just the scum of this earth, I'm done. I'm also done with people like, if we have known each other for so long and we fall out of any kind, and instead of you making it better, you either A, don't address the situation even when I try in my gentlest of ways to address the situation, or B, you decide that like you want to be done with me, then we're just done. To me, you don't need to come back. Nope. There's not nothing you can say to me, because you have decided in your mind that we don't need to be anything. And you told me this out of your own mouth. So now we don't need to be anything because you told me we don't need to be anything. So we're not going to be anything because you said it out of your mouth. And I'm going to honor your words, because if you don't want me here, I ain't got to be here with you. But I just wanted to know, like I said, and I hope that that doesn't come off mean to you guys and y'all like, dang, But really, like, I am a person, I will love you. First of all, I will love you to the ends of the earth and back. Okay, I am naturally clingy. Let me bear hug you and like pour all my love out onto you, quite literally. Okay, but some certain things, I just feel like it is okay for you to draw boundaries. And know that with everything I've said in here, there is not any hatred in my heart for anybody. Truly, everybody who has walked out of my life or decided to call it quits on our ships, I hope that they are truly doing well, like blessings on them, genuine blessings. Like, I hope that the Lord is ever fevering in their life, like that he's working things out for them, that he's giving them the desires of their heart. Because listen, life is too short to be petty and to wish bad on people who are not with you anymore. If they are not in your life, it is because the Lord did not want them in this season. Some people are for seasons, some people are forever. My best friend, she's forever. Hey, we've been rocking it strong for 9 years, and I just feel like as many parallels as we got and as close as our relationship is, she is here forever, and I am happy about that fact. But there are certain people who have been seasons in my life, and it is respectfully our time to like split paths. And there's no hatred, like I say, no animosity, no nothing. But I guess really too, I'm putting this here because it has been hard for me to let people go as well. I am a type of person where I felt like I always needed like love and affection. Like, I needed people around me. I wanted to feel the love. Like, I wanted to show myself friendly. I wanted all the friends. Now that I am a little bit wiser, I don't have to have all the friends, and I have learned to value myself in the fact of like, okay, you should not have to chase people for their time and attention. If a person loves you and they really want to be around you and they really want to support you, they are going to do those things without you begging them to do those things. So, excuse me, I say that for whoever needs to hear that. If you are in an area of your life where you're begging and pleading with somebody to give you the bare minimum, please stop. Because no matter how much you beg and plead with them, unless they truly want to do it, they're not going to do it and they're not going to give it to you. And you shouldn't have to beg and plead somebody for their time and attention. And even if it's like, a situation where you have to be like, well, listen, you ain't really around the mountain bend, around the river bend, like I want you to be, that's fine. But if you're constantly like, come around the river bend again and again, let it go, okay? Because the Lord is going to put people in your life who is meant to be there. And even if you have to go into a moment of solitude by yourself, I have found it is better to sit with Jesus in your loneliness, because first of all, when you're with the Lord, you're never lonely, okay? That's how you know you're building a relationship with the Father, because you don't feel alone. All right, He is ever present, and I am very conscious of that fact that, like, if I look right here, He's right here. If I look right here, He's right here. He's back here, He's right here. He's everywhere. Like, He is always with me. So truly working on myself and like seeing the Lord in me, it has been so freeing, because I don't mind just sitting on my bed and watching SpongeBob and playing a game. That is well, that is well with me. So like I said, just let me know when do you cut somebody off? Like, if they step on your toes, are you like, goodbye, I don't want it, Susan? Like, what is your criteria? And funnily enough, sometimes I have cut people off without even saying it. So I am going to drop this to you about somebody, and I don't think she'll ever see this, but this is a funny story that I never talked about, and I kind of want to address it because, but a year ago around this time, I think it was on this day exactly, I had this going away party because I was moving to South Korea. My eyelashes, I had on some fake eyelashes, and these kinds were like, I don't know if you guys ever seen them, but they were magnetic. Like, you put the glue on your, like, your eye, and then you put the eyelash on because it's magnetic, it'll catch. Well, my eyelashes were not laying down. It wasn't bad. I didn't think it was bad, but even looking back at the pictures, I could tell that, like, my eyelash was lifted up, and it would be points in the day where I would have to go back, reapply the lash glue, put it back down. It was just a thing. But point is, instead of this person messaging me and being like, hey babe, what happened here, because these eyelashes look busted, anything, she decides that she's gonna post on her story this screenshot about, like, it had this, how some of those pictures have memes and it has like 4 pictures in it and wording on the top. Well, that's what this one has, and it said, when girls think they look cute but they wear their eyelashes wrong. Sometimes I feel like you should have to put your foot down for yourself. Don't let people run over you, okay? Do not let people run over you. And even with that story, that's just me showing examples of how people are. And like I said, I'm never gonna drop names. All right. If they choose to be like, I'm the one, that's on you. I still gotta say yeah or nay. But like I said, I'm never gonna let her know that I know. And unless she watches this, then she'll know that I know. But even then, I didn't post anything. I wasn't petty towards her, because you shouldn't have to be like that at people. You don't always have to let people know that you've seen what they've did to you. Even when they've committed horrible offenses to you, even when they've lied to your face and hurt you. Now, sometimes you do need to address it, and you should address it, but you don't always have to say things like that. In this one, just be mindful, man, of people. Be mindful who you give chances to. And then this is too also advice my mom has given me, and it has stuck with me to the ends of the earth and back. But she told me, if you're friends with somebody and they are quick to air out other people's business to you, you better believe they're doing the same thing they're doing the same thing with you to somebody else. So for instance, say I got a friend, I just met this girl named Barbara. And I'm telling Barbara, like, girl, yeah, Becky Sue over here, girl, she did this and that last night. Girl, you ain't gonna ever believe what she did last week in her classroom based off of stories that I heard. And girl, yeah, that's why I don't like her anyway. But she think that I do. And then watch, a week later, she gonna be a Becky Sue face like, girl, let me tell you about Barbara over here. You just like, dang, I thought we was better than this. But yeah, like I said, please let me know what is like your just hard limit for stuff. And I feel like it is okay to be honest about stuff like this. Please just do it in a respectful way, okay? I don't want y'all coming for nobody throat out here. And maybe I came for some throats, but I was trying to do it in a respectable manner, okay? I was trying to put my foot down gently. And like I said, this is my first time ever addressing things like that. Okay, Tommy. I've told my best friend about it and my mom, of course, but like I say, I do want to be as open and candid with you guys as possible and just be real with y'all, you know, and I don't esteem myself better than nobody else. My eyelashes was a little sideways. I did look like my birds was about to fly, but I was still cute. Ain't nobody gonna tell me I was not cute. And I just know that it was confirmed to me that I was cute. I can't say that because that's definitely gonna get me thrown into some hot water. So who move on, buds? Fake it till you make it. Because if I didn't get off that subject, y'all, I could have stayed there for a hot minute. Also, like, you ever just think you look real good, so you keep looking at yourself like, girl, like, that's that black melanin right there. Hype yourself up. It is good for the soul. But really, okay. So I got a funny story for you after all that hostility. And honestly, I don't even know if I'm gonna keep all that in there. Cause like I say, I do want to be cautious about what I say. And I just feel like though it is important to show you need to stand up for yourself. So to give you a funny story, now that I've calmed my own mind down, um, do y'all have you ever had those? And I'm pretty sure if you're younger now, you probably have never seen this, but if you're like a 90s, 80s baby, and even early 2000s baby, I would say you've probably seen these. But have you guys ever seen those little sections in the stores that have like those big candy things? And like you can take the candy and put them into like this big plastic bag. And depending on how much candy you put in there, you go and like pay for it at the counter. Well, I was like 20 when I finally realized 20. I am 20. How old am I now? I'm 27. Thank you, balloons. I am 27. And honestly, I probably learned this after 20. Probably like 21, 22. But I was having a discussion with somebody and they were like, yeah, I used to love like eating those candies. You know, I used to buy a lot of them all the time. And I was like, you used to buy them, and they're like, yeah, you're supposed to buy those candies. And I was like, you're supposed to buy them? So y'all, as a kid, I'm putting it in here proudly, I am from JPT, Jasper, Texas. Okay, there was this store there called Brookshire Brothers, and I'm so sorry if any of y'all from Brookshire Brothers are watching because I worked there. But there was this little section of candy, you know, like, that you could put in bags. And I remember there was these, so there's these, one of my favorite candies ever is like, you could get them, they start with, I think they're called like Wells or something like that. There's like soft caramel candies, and you can, like, they're in a circle, you can get them in a wrapper like that and suck on them, or you could get them in these little like squares, and like they're wrapped in the squares and you can chew on them like that. Well, safe to say that I used to go get a handful of the mugs while I was in the store. And I mostly did it, I believe, when I was with my grandma, may she rest in peace, which makes this even worse because she was blind, so she never knew what was going on. But I used to pick up those candies, and I think I did it with my mom a couple of times too, but I can remember actively doing it the most with her when I was a kid. I used to just open them and eat them. Walk around the store, open it, and it is by the grace of God that I never got in trouble for that. But y'all, I felt like such an idiot when I found out like that was illegal. I was a baby thief. I was a baby thief and I didn't even know it. And truly, I felt so bad when I was told that because I was just like, I was literally, I don't know, I just assumed that it was free candy. Like, ain't nothing in this life free, but in my mind, the candy was on display there, you know, and it's not like those 25% sheaves where you have to go those 25-cent machines where you have to go and like put the quarter in and turn it for like the gumball. No, you could just stick your hand in and grab it. So in my mind, I didn't even see the plastic. All right, I just saw the candy and I was like, oh, I can eat this, you know. And I used to wonder like, why they just got this candy out here? No, but I thought it was because so kids can just take the candy and eat it. And like I say, my poor grandmother, like, she was a blind lady, so it wasn't like she could see me, and she probably didn't hear what was going on because it's a grocery store. Like, people are buying and getting stuff and everything, and y'all, oh my goodness. So I will add another story to this because this one I did know about. It happened in Brookshires again. I'm sorry, Brookshires. I'm so sorry. You had to be like the backlash of my like childhood adolescence. But one time, this was the first and last time I ever did this because I just knew I was going to the baby jail. But so when I was in junior high, I believe, yes, I am not no longer friends with this person and we haven't spoken in a long time. So, you know, sorry, but I won't say her name, but like, you were implemented because you did do this too. But there was this girl that I was friends with, and she used to come over to my house all the time, and vice versa. Like, we stayed with each other a lot. And so, anyways, we were going to the movies one night, and there was this lip gloss that she really wanted. And she was like, let's steal these. And I was like, come again? And she said, yeah, like, let's steal these lip glosses. And I was like, who gonna steal these lip glosses? I ain't ever, other than the candy that I didn't even know I had stolen, I ain't ever stole nothing before. That was a new one, even for me. And so she was like, we ain't gonna get in trouble. I'm gonna teach you how to do it. You know, like, I'm gonna make sure that you don't get in trouble. I don't even know why I let this girl hype me up. That was like one of the most stress-induced moments of my life. Do you hear me? Like, heart palpitations was real. Palms was sweaty. Mom's spaghettis. I'm nervous. So yeah, we got this lip gloss, and mine was like I'm trying to remember. Mine was kind of like this pink color. I can't remember the color she got, but so what she taught me to do, and where was the cameras in this store? But so she told me to pop, and this was before, and this is why in Walmart, the cosmetics is wrapped up like it is because of children like us. But so she told me to open the lipstick, peel it open, and to roll the lip gloss across the door. Because if you roll it, you know, under it and that sensor goes off, well, they don't see you, but you know, the lip gloss is going out, so you're safe. And to like throw the paper away in the trash. So she did it first. Opened up that thing, rolled it across the entrance. It went free, y'all. It went free, and she ran outside to get it. So I'm sitting here looking at her. She's like, come on, come on, come on, Sama, come on. And I'm like, so what do I do? What do I do under the peer pressure? I popped that bad boy open. Yes, I did. I'm so sorry, mommy. I popped that thing open and I rolled it across the entrance. And it just happened. I rolled it so fast that like I was racing trying to get it for a car, like ran over it. Ooh, I wore that lip gloss proudly for the time that I had it. But yes, I stole lip gloss, okay? It was the first thing I had ever stolen in my life that I consciously knew of, okay? Because I did not know that it was a crime to take that candy. And I still feel so bad because I'm like, my poor Momo, like, she had no idea. But yeah, I stole some lip gloss, man. And like little mama said, my lip gloss was popping at the movies. That was, what you know about me? What you know about me? What you know about me? What you know? I said my lip gloss is popping. I ain't getting no man or nothing like that, but you know, the lip gloss was still popping. I got some nachos or whatever, but whatever. I was too young for that life anyway. But really, I hope that gave you some giggles. More of the story is, you know, I faked that whole thing because well, first of all, the first faking it was as a kid because I just had no idea that that was a thing. But the second time, I was trying to fake being a tough girl, and let me tell you, it was stress induced. I don't ever want to go through nothing like that again. Rolling that thing under that door was just, I knew it was gonna go off and they were gonna take me and her to jail, and my mom was gonna ground me 5 ever. But thank the Lord that He had mercy and grace on my little tail, and He let me get free. And like, I probably won't tell all the offenses that I ever did that He has kept me from, but I can at least tell you those funny stories, because I mean, well, I went back and slaved my life away for that store, okay? Everything I took, they got back from me. They got back when I was ringing up that chicken for Thanksgiving, okay? When them turkeys were sliding back and forth. When I had to sit there and memorize that the freaking greens was 40.65 and the onions was 42.25, okay? I put in my work, all right? But your 4 bullet points as I bring this to a close. Number 1, forgiveness is strength. I know I, kind of put my foot down and was a little razzle dazzle, and that wasn't even me like being mad, but it was just me saying, should they ever watch, they know where I stand. If you don't need me, I don't need you, and that's just the bottom line. I am not gonna bite my tongue and like hold back telling my story or even encouraging people for the sake of somebody else's comfort. You don't ever hear me drop nobody's name, and I try to be as vague as I can about the people because I do want to protect their identity as much as possible. And like I said, if they choose to get bad and be like, oh, it's me, I still got to say something. And I don't even think I will say anything, because the purpose is to not, it's not to get at them. It's really not. It's just to tell my story and what I've learned from it, and really to just give a scenario to you and be like, hey, this can happen. Protect your peace. But forgiveness is key, because I have forgiven them. Like I say, the Lord knows my heart the best. And truly, when I said goodbye to both of them, there was nothing but love in my heart. Yeah, I was upset in the moment by how I was wronged, how I felt like I was wronged, because in one situation, like, that person didn't even acknowledge everything wrong they had done to me, but it was about everything wrong I had done to them. And so even in those situations, you just gotta throw your hands up and be like, you know what, it is well, like the Lord will handle this. So honestly, forgiving them, that's for you too, because if you forgive them and you let that go, then that stuff's off your heart. You can heal, you can move on, and you can like seek the Lord and let Him put people in your life who's supposed to be in your life. Number 2, it is foolish to judge others, because listen, at the end of the day, we all got things we are going through. We are all trying to live this thing called life. And I literally just told my best friend this the other day, when we die, we go back to the dirt. We are the dust. And that's what I was, if you're watching from the Real Bible Stories, that's what I was going to say. We are the earth. There's verses that says on earth as it is in heaven. We literally came from the earth. We are the earth, and we are the temple. So, it is foolish for you to sit out here and judge people based on things they've said, things they've done, because we all have moments where we are not our best selves. And at the end of the day, you should not be judging anybody else, because I'm pretty sure like you are going through things and you need grace and mercy just like the next person. And I have learned that if the Lord is not judging me for the things, because baby, the thoughts can go left real quick, and if He is not judging me for the way I just threw it back in my mind, then I know I meant dancing, okay? The way I was just twerking, look at you. But if I didn't throw it back in my mind, then I'm not gonna judge anybody else, because He doesn't judge me. So you shouldn't judge people. And honestly, you should just give people enough grace and mercy to be themselves. We all change. We all evolve. We are all growing, and the person that you talked to yesterday may not be the same person next week. You need to give people a chance to change and to grow up. And like, even with everything I said, truly, if those 2 people and anybody else in my life has changed and tried to come around, I would let them be around. I would never desire to be as close to them as I once was, but I would be so happy to see a change in them and to see them living their best life, and a hey and bye and I'm glad you're doing well is what would be left from my lips. But even them, that anybody in your life, anybody who has wronged you, they deserve enough grace and mercy from you to let them grow and change. Because if you keep holding on to old things that happened, 1, you didn't forgive them, and 2, like, you're not letting them be their best self. So how can you be your best self? Number 3, happiness is your responsibility. The Lord always promised us peace, right? He promised us peace, but you have to do what all you can to protect your peace. Don't be letting everybody set you off. If you know you're going to get on Instagram and the first thing you see is going to upset you, don't get on Instagram. Stay off for a day or two. Deactivate every once in a while. If you know passing by Mary Jo is going to make you want to kick a cat, don't pass by Mary Jo. Go the other way. There's more than one ways to skin a cat, okay? Leave Mary Jo where she is. And finally, never settle for anything in life you want, whether it be relationships, whether it be jobs, whether it be like your own mental and where you are in life. Don't settle. Don't let anybody tell you like that this is as good as it can get, because that's not true. If the Lord didn't say it, don't believe it. You don't know what your next best thing could be unless you go for it and reach for it. So always be encouraged and always reach for your dreams and always reach for the better. Now, in some ships now, because I say don't settle, but it take 2 to tango. All right, so you do need to work through it, because even with that person, you can be so much better together if you work together. But I'm saying you don't have to settle for somebody who puts you down and calls you like a skunk every day. You don't have to settle for that, because there's somebody out there that loves you and that sees all of you as beautiful and goofy and silly. You're somebody's type, babe. You're somebody's perfect babe. You're somebody's perfect best friend. You're somebody's perfect mentor. And maybe not perfect, because none of us are perfect, but you know, like, you match what they are looking for. And if you don't match what anybody is looking for, then perhaps it is because the Lord wants to work things in you so that you can become the best for somebody. I believe that the Lord uses us for other people. And I believe too that we are not just here for ourselves. The Lord doesn't just spare us for us. That is part of it, but you are sent here for other people too. You really are. So just be encouraged. It is well. You are doing so much better than you think. Please don't be so hard on yourselves. Please don't, because being hard on yourself is just gonna make you feel like poopy, and you don't deserve to feel like that, all right? Especially when you go to work all day and you gotta deal with other people making you feel like poop. And who knows, maybe you have a great job, but still, the mental stress is real, and before you know it, your mentality can take you out. So, with that being said, please kiss me with the like button. Da 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 da. Please comment below, okay? I am ready to hear from you. Everything you want to say. Please be respectful, okay? Please be respectful. Whatever you're gonna put, if you're gonna call somebody out, please don't use their name. Nickname them, okay? Because I don't want the smoke. I don't want nobody being like, she was on the DohiSama's comment section talking about no, because I'm trying to protect you too, okay? I'm trying to protect us both, all right? And if I'm asking the Lord to protect all 3 of us, I need you to get it together for me. But please comment, please talk to me. Anything you would like to say to me, any kind of stresses or venting you want to do. If you have any questions about anything or you want my opinion on anything, ask me, because at the end of the day, it is my opinion, and you are hopefully old enough to form your own decisions about the world. And truly, that's how you'll know. Like, people can tell you all day long, but until you experience things yourself, you're never really gonna know the answers that you are seeking for. So I love you, babes. Please subscribe. Please hit the bell notifications for when I post. I hope you've had a great week until thus far, and I hope you have an incredible weekend. I really do. Please remember always that the Lord does love and bless you. May He keep you. I love you, and I hope wherever you are, you're having an amazing day or an incredible night. Thank you so much for listening on the podcast. If you would like to see the video, it is on my channel at DohiSama. All right. Goodbye, guys.